Harm OCD is a subtype of OCD that centers around experiencing intrusive thoughts, images, sensations, or feelings about hurting someone or ourselves. What's going on, my peoples, man? I appreciate y'all tuning back into the channel. If you haven't already, man, make sure y'all subscribe and turn on post notifications so y'all don't miss a beat when I upload. And as y'all can see by the title, we're going to be talking about harm OCD. Now, before we get too deep into this video, I just want to throw a disclaimer out there that in this video, I will be talking about common triggers, obsessions, and compulsions when it comes to this subtype. So just because I don't mention, a trigger, obsession, or compulsion that you fall into when it comes to this subtype, it does not mean that you don't have OCD. It does not mean that you don't have this subtype of OCD, because OCD isn't one size fit all. What trigger you may not trigger me. What trigger me may not trigger you. What compulsions you fall into, I may not fall into, and what compulsions I fall into, you may not fall into, so yeah. But if y'all haven't already, make sure y'all follow me on all my social medias. I'm gonna put them right here. And yeah, let's get into this video, man. As someone who dealt with this subtype for quite some time, and I won't even say my fair share. I dealt with this subtype for quite some time, ever since my sexual orientation OCD days. So yeah. But dealing with this specific subtype was really hard dealing with, as y'all know, I am a great person, as y'all can see, and I say that in the most humblest way possible. I'm always the person that someone could call on. I'm always there to help someone. I'm someone that's I am someone that a lot of people look up to, and having these thoughts, is scary, because it's like, I feel like, you should look up to someone that has these type of thoughts, but at the same time, it's like, these are the last, harming someone or harming, myself is the last thing that I will ever do. And one day I was just going through my normal OCD episodes, and I had the thought, why does, my OCD targets the things that I, care about? Why does my intrusive thoughts only surround the things that I, love so much, the things I will basically die for? Why doesn't it target things I don't care about? Because I'm pretty sure if it targeted things I don't care about, I wouldn't obsess over them the way that I do. And I looked that up on Google, and the word ego dystonic came up. And basically, ego dystonic means things that goes against your morals and beliefs in life. But when you go deeper into the word ego dystonic and you break it down, ego, means, your sense of self, your identity of who you are, basically everything you love, you care about, your morals and beliefs. And dystonic means, basically everything that goes against, it's basically going against, it goes against everything. It's not, it don't align with whatever it, the topic is, I guess. It goes against it. And when you put ego dystonic thoughts together, you basically have thoughts that goes against your morals and beliefs in life, going against who you are, going against your identity. And these sounds like intrusive thoughts. So it made a lot of sense that, these thoughts target, the things I care about, because it's, who I am. It's the things that I focus on in life. It's the things I care about. The thing, if I didn't care about them or I didn't focus on them, then this wouldn't even be a conversation, so yeah. So with all that being said, let's get into what someone with harm OCD experience. So we're going to speak on the triggers first. When it comes to triggers, as y'all know, triggers can be anything. It can be intrusive thoughts, intrusive images, intrusive sensations. It could be a word, a song, music, movie, show, whatever. And some triggers for someone that's dealing with harm OCD can look like intrusive thoughts about harming someone, intrusive thoughts about harming themselves, movies with violence in it, sharp items, so like scissors and knives, and intrusive images or visuals of you harming someone or harming yourself. An obsession that someone with harm OCD can experience are, what if I just snap and hurt someone or myself? What if I turned out like the person on the news that got arrested for unaliving people? Now, this is something that I think this was one of the main triggers I dealt with when it came to, my harm OCD, because I live in a city that is very dangerous. I'm pretty sure, every danger is everywhere, but my city is very dangerous. And, I really don't watch the news, but I caught the news one time and I seen a story about some man that did something, and it triggered me because I felt like that could have been me. And I literally went in the mirror and like I was looking at myself and like wondering, like, do I look like I would do that? And I was just obsessed over that. And yeah, so what if I want to hurt someone that I love after experiencing an intrusive thought about, you know, physically harming them? And what if I want to harm someone because I like listening to music with violence in it? Now, this is something that I experience as well because I do like music with violence in it, you know, because, you know, it just sounds raw. But do I condone it? No. But the fact that I like it, sometimes it do trigger me that, you know, that I like it because I feel like, you know, I feel like I will do that someday. And it got to a point where I literally, like, I remember this very vividly. I erased a lot of music that was, you know, that basically had violence in it off my playlist because I did not want the music to, you know, make me, you know, not even say the music make me do it, but I felt like that me liking the music made me want to harm people. And yeah, as y'all know, we don't like these thoughts. We don't like, you know, the feelings, the sensations, the image and visuals that we see when it comes to these subtypes of OCD, and that makes us fall into compulsive actions to, you know, prevent these things from happening. And when it comes to harm OCD, these compulsions can look like avoiding anything that contains violence in it. So like I said, you know, at some point I ended up deleting music that had violence in it off my playlist because I didn't want it, you know, in my playlist. I feel like I liked it and I felt like that someday I might do it. And also, you know, I'm a big horror movie fan. I've been raised on horror movies since I was literally like 3, like 2. So I've been watching horror movies for a minute, and I love it. I love it to this day. But it got to a point where, you know, I would stop watching horror movies because, you know, it would trigger me because I felt like that I could turn out like the killers that I watched. Hiding sharp items like scissors or knives. Isolating yourself from the world. Now, this is something I just deal with every subtype that I deal with, that like kind of surrounded itself around the people that I love, I guess, and just the world itself. You know, just like, yeah, I just sat in my room and avoided going to the mall with my friends. And yeah, I just stayed in the house, played the game, and yeah, replacing the intrusive thoughts with good thoughts. And ruminating on past memories. So this is basically you looking in the past to see that if there were signs that you ever wanted to harm someone, and to basically give you that certainty that you never wanted to do this. And that right there, ladies and gentlemen, is what harm OCD contains. And this is the end of the video. So I hope this video was very informative to whoever's watching this. You know, if you're dealing with harm OCD, I just want to let you know that you're not alone. You know, like I said, I've dealt with this for quite some time, you know, so I know exactly what you're going through. You are very seen, you're very understood, and once again, you are not alone. And if you're someone that's just watching to, you know, gain information about harm OCD and just OCD overall, I hope this video was informative to you. You know, I hope that this video helped you, you know, help someone else around you that's dealing with OCD, if you have someone around you that's dealing with OCD. And yeah, that is it. And yeah, make sure y'all leave that like, you know what I'm saying, subscribe to the channel if y'all new, and turn on post notifications so y'all don't miss a beat when I upload. More videos on the way, more vlogs on the way, more gaming videos on the way, and more streams on the way. So make sure y'all follow me on Twitch if y'all haven't already. I do mental health streams on Monday. I think I'm gonna start doing them on Wednesday as well, you know, so make sure y'all follow me on there. And yeah, I think that's it. If y'all haven't already, make sure y'all follow me on all my social medias. I'm gonna put them right here. And yeah, if you haven't already, check out my last video right here where I was playing Saint Rose. You know, it's, you know, I'm digging back into my childhood, you know, and I've been enjoying it so far, and I just know it's going to be up from here, you know, because like I got so many games I want to try out, so many games I want to play that I never got to beat. And like I said, this is one of the games that I never beat. You know, I played Saint Rose 2, but I never beat it. And yeah, I just want to experience that. And I know it's going to be a lot of fun. Like I said, it's already been fun. So yeah, and I do live stream that on Twitch. So once again, make sure y'all go follow me on Twitch. And yeah, more OCD videos on the way. And as always, I'm gone.